So this video is about the range of the Hyundai Ioniq hybrid. It's a 1.6 petrol with electric assisted hybrid motor. Now, as you can see from this particular dash, there is still 237 miles left in the clock, and I have done, since last filling up, 472.8 miles. So the combined total of those two would give me a range of 709.8. Let's call it 710 miles. The type of driving can be seen there on the right hand side. It's basically town driving, because the average speed over the last 33 hours was 16 miles per hour. So normal town driving, which is quite a high range for a car that is quite heavy and a 1.6 engine. Now you might think, well, what does MPG does that equate to? Well, if we just flick the switch down, maybe up, sorry, we have an average G of 81.6 miles per gallon, and that is over the last 472 miles. That's an average MPG of 81.6 miles per gallon, and that's a pretty amazing MPG. Now, I've got to say there are certain factors which affect the MPG, and one of the main things I have found that in the summer, you can see the temperature now is 21 degrees centigrade at the bottom there. In the summer, the batteries seem to be more efficient, and I can't get that sort of efficiency. I'm struggling to get 70 miles per gallon in the winter. So temperature makes a big difference to battery efficiency. Now I'm going to fill up with petrol. So we've just filled up with petrol, and as you can see, I've put 25.56 litres in the tank, and that was from fill to fill, so that's over 472.9 miles. And if you work out the MPG from that, that is divide 472.9 divided by the 25.56 litres. Let's find that number again, 25.56 litres, and then times that by 4.54, because that's how many litres in a gallon. We get an MPG of 83.99 miles per gallon. That's even more than the meter said earlier. But now, if you look carefully at the range that this car is giving me for a full tank, it is saying 659 miles. Now, it always underestimates at the beginning, and as I start driving economically, it seems to go up and up and up, which is why I reached nearly 710 miles of range over the last fill. So that's pretty amazing for a Hyundai Ioniq hybrid. And that's not a plug-in hybrid that's got a big battery. That's just the normal hybrid that charges itself when you brake, or when you're going downhill or decelerating in other forms. So there you go. Those are the real, true MPG figures.